feel like there's so much information out there and you need to do this and
Yeah,
this. Do you have some practical tips or
I
ideas for us?
do. I do. Actually, I have actually a free resource that I will send to you that you can give to anyone who's listening, and it tells you exactly how to figure out how much protein that you need for your body. But the general rule is like if you multiply 0.7 to 1 times your ideal body weight, right? Now, when I say ideal body weight, I don't mean what you weighed in high school. I mean, and maybe that is where you are, but I mean like a realistic body weight. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you feel like you're maybe, 10 pounds overweight, then you can use that weight that's 10 pounds less, but a realistic body weight.
Mhm.
Most of us, this is a really good place to start if that number sounds crazy high to you. Most of us need to have at least, I tell my clients, 90 grams of protein a day. So that's like 30 per meal. And so I also tell my clients to start with one meal first, because anytime you're making a change, you need to do it slowly, right? Because your digestion will freak out if you go from 30 grams a day to all of a sudden 90 grams a day, and nobody wants that. So you need to do it slowly. You need to start with one meal. And I like to start with breakfast. So that's a good one. And, we can't talk about blood sugar without talking about intermittent fasting a little bit, because I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of a rage right now.
Yes.
And for my clients, I don't recommend it. And here's why. Fasting is a stressor. And so sometimes, there are good stressors and bad stressors. Take exercise, for example. Exercise is a stressor, but it's a good stressor on our bodies.
Mhm.
Fasting is a stressor as well. And fasting can be effective, but number one, most of the research is done on men. We are not small men.
Ah,
And number two, when you're in perimenopause or menopause and you're starting to become more insulin resistant, right?
mhm.
That insulin is just not getting to where it needs to go as easily as it did before. So when that happens to you, when you're fasting, that causes that low blood sugar and then that cortisol spike. And then it just kind of messes you up all day long. It's hard to recover from that. One of the reasons that we're waking up in that 1 to 3 a.m. time
Mhm.
is that for a lot of women, their blood sugar is dipping because they
Mhm.
haven't had enough protein in the day. And so then their cortisol is rising, which is what we want to wake us up, but we don't
Right.
want it at 2 a.m. We want it
No.
at whatever our wake up time is.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So if that makes sense. So I tell people to start slowly. I tell people to start with breakfast and then move on from there and aim for about 30 grams per day.
Okay.
Excuse me, 30 grams per meal.
Per meal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And breakfast, I feel is it's kind of probably a little bit easier because we like to eat eggs for breakfast. So
Yeah,
maybe have an
it
extra
depends.
egg or
Eggs are funny because they're only 6 grams of protein each. So people are
um
always really disappointed when I tell them that. But I have a lot of tricks. Like if you like cottage cheese and you like an egg scramble, you can throw a little in there. Chicken sausage, a little protein shake on the side. I'm a big fan of a good quality protein powder just to help with that.
mhm,
Kind of
mhm.
an easy way to get a little boost.
Yeah, I've been adding, I like oatmeal, and so I'll add nuts into
Mm.
my oatmeal.
Yep,
Um,
that's great. That's a great source of fat. You can even after you cook the oatmeal, put in a scoop of protein powder
Protein
to
powder.
mix it up. It
Yeah.
gives it a good flavor too. Some people
Yeah.
actually add egg whites to their oatmeal. I have never done that, but I know it's something that if
Hmm.
you can cook it with the egg whites. So I've never tried it, but
Hmm.
I have heard of it.
I don't
But
know if I
there are
want to
different.
try that or not.
I don't know that I do either, and it's not something that yeah, but
Yeah.
I have
Huh.
heard of it.